Going live right now, guys, over on YouTube as well. We're giving this away. We're going live on Instagram. This is amazing. Doors are closing in a few hours for AOD, and so we are giving away this FX30 kit with also these CinePath Pro lenses. Right now, guys, over on YouTube.
3 hours. Doors are closed.
Here. We're live. Let me just edit the YouTube video. Mike, you take it from here. Tell people what's coming up on this call.
We have got a lot of stuff we're giving away. I think it's about $10,000 value in total. We are giving one AOD courses. So 3 people will win their choice of any AOD course. Those are at full price, up to $779 each. We're going to be giving an all access bundle away at full price. That's over $4,000 for our sale this week. It's $2,400. And then we have the big one. We're giving away the FX right beside Mark there. How do you pronounce that? CinePath?
I think it's CinePath or CinePath. Let us know if you're in the chat.
Yeah.
I own a set of these lenses we're giving away. I've always said CinePath. I kind of just like do a little for it. But guys, these are amazing lenses. They're I've shot with them on the Ronin, and they're T1.5. I don't need to do a whole advertisement for them, but we're giving the M mount, which is really cool because you can essentially adapt an M mount to any camera. So we're going to give away 4 of those in the kit plus the FX30.
Conrad is saying in the chat, it's pronounced CinePath. I think that's the proper pronunciation.
There you go. Hi to everyone over on YouTube as well. Well, we got it all. We got Instagram, YouTube. So we're going to be doing some quick giveaways off the top. Like Mike said, we're giving away your choice of an AOD course to 3 different people. Then we're giving away our all access bundle. This is all 6 Art of Documentary courses, including our brand new course, which we only have a few. I think we have 2 seats left for that. CinePath Pro, we were limiting it to 150 seats. That's already sold 148. So now's your last chance if you're on this call.
15, Mark. There's 15 seats left.
Oh, there's 15? I would thought Mike Landon said 148. Well, 15. So Mike's added 10. There we go. But you can get in now for CinePath Pro. That's a brand new course. It's the complete guide to becoming a full-time cinematographer. That's with Nik Pilecki. And we go through not just the technical side. I think everywhere on YouTube these days, you can learn about good lighting for cinematography. But what we've taken with Nik and built an over 60+ video course is the career path, is the professional development, is what emails do you need to write? How do you find an agent? How do you get hired? He even just he has basic videos about how do you leave set? Like, what are the tips in order to get hired? He has a few little things that he does to make sure that producers look to hire him again, that directors know how appreciated they were. It's like having the mentor that you had never had. It's what I wish I would have had earlier in my career. And so Nick's showing that, the complete guide to becoming a full-time DP, how to get your rate from $600 to what he charges, which is about $4,500 every day that he's on a commercial shoot. So that's in our CinePath Pro course, but we have 5 other courses outside of that, from our Foundations, which is our bestseller of all time, which is the complete guide to telling documentary films, Create and Earn course, which is all about building a healthy, thriving career, as well as our advanced documentary, our editing course, and our cinematography course. So amazing. Mikey, why don't we do a quick giveaway right now? Do you want to give away
before that, I would just love to know who's here, because I know we've got a lot of people just here for the giveaway, and that's totally cool. I'd just like to see if you are a guest, just type in the chat AOD or guest. And if you're in AOD, what course are you in? Welcome all the guests. Well, it's going to be hard to read this, I guess, when 362 people are typing. Awesome. Lots of guests. Well, let me, Mark, we'll give away a course. Give me 30 seconds, because we do have a lot of new people here who are, specifically here for the giveaways. Just for you guys to know, we're about 5 years into AOD. As Mark just described some of our courses. What this is not like a quick 14-day filmmaking class. AOD, for anybody who's here knows, this is a place where you grow your video business and your career as a filmmaker. And our goal is for you to be with us for the next 5+ years. Like, we don't want you to come in and out. We want this. You got your family, you got your work, and then we want you to have AOD. Like this is a place where you can learn, but also you can fall on your face. You can make mistakes. This is a safe place where you can get feedback. You can get hired. There's lots of work being thrown around. You can get your work screened. I've seen a lot of students here. You know, amazing success stories. I'm seeing Jonathan DeSoto just crossed consistently 6 figures a year. I'm seeing Jen, who just joined us in September, has been getting into film festivals. A lot of filmmakers from all over the world, all walks of life. A lot of them starting as content creators, videographers, but feeling as though documentary is a very unique skill set, especially in the day of AI, telling somebody's real story, having the ability to go to a real place and actually speak to someone, bring that person's story to life is not something that is in danger. In fact, we see as the industry in Hollywood is hurting, the statistics of what's going on in the doc industry are very promising.
Yeah.
Long form content on YouTube is up 75%. Everything is pointing in the right direction for documentary. So if you're in the content creating videography world, documentary skills is something that's going to secure and just kind of build a little proprietary fence around your career. So with that said, let's, as you said, Mark, let's give away a course and then we can keep it going.
Soon, later in this call, we're going to be giving away the Fx30 plus all of the Samara C lenses here, this full kit to one person. And sometimes, Mike, this is not a promise. Sometimes I get on a plane and I deliver this. Sometimes I give it away.
You do I did one in New York. You did the one in Nigeria.
That's right. Yeah. And I did one in LA once too. That I was laughing, an AOD student helped me with that. We had to, this is probably not good to admit online, but we had to pretend to be like FedEx because they lived in a gated community, and we're like, it's FedEx here. We have a delivery for you. And like, it was our student Jose, if he's on this call, thank you. And he like told them, and then we like snuck in. And afterwards, I'm like, man, that's really sketchy.
Yeah, we've given these all over the world because AOD is global. We have students in every probably every country, major country, I'd assume at this point. We just had a meetup in Nairobi. Big student body all over the world, people collaborating. So I don't know how the team on the back end is doing the draw here, but
they're choosing them, and I'm supposed to be getting a card for them. So this is for our first giveaway right now.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah, this is, I'm supposed to be getting the name from them. Hopefully this person's on the call, whoever it is. I'm doing a drum roll. I'm hoping they're going to come in here. Are you guys still giving me the sheet?
This is like the real Vanna White.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Landon. I thought it was going to be Kim. And it's okay.
Okay, you got it. You got it right here.
So this person is going to receive their choosing of any art of documentary course.
Amazing. So drum roll. And the winner is Lady Smith TV. That's your name. You have the name television. Your parents named you that. Lady Smith, are you here? Oh, she's here. We've pinned her. I hope she's able to talk. If you're not, that's totally okay. Lady Smith, you have won your choice of any art of documentary course, which includes CinePath Pro. If you want to choose that. Any of them.
Let's have Lady Smith unmute for 2 seconds. And Lady Smith, we'll help you pick your course right now. Let me know what is the number one thing you want to improve or achieve in the next 3 months, and we'll help you pick the right course for you.
Instagram here. There she is. There's our winner. We're waiting to see if she'll.
I just asked her to unmute, so let's.
Yeah, I have clicked that too. If she can't hop on in a sec, we can always circle back to her. Lady Smith TV.
Can you figure out how to unmute?
We'll
have to put out a Zoom course.
Yeah, exactly. Unmute. Well, congrats, Lady Smith. We'll circle back to you in a bit. That's amazing. So Mike, before we get into our next giveaway, we're going to give away 2 more courses, then our all access bundle, which is all 6 of the AOD courses. The family has grown. We're up to 6 courses now, and we can talk about those. But Mike, give us a little, why don't you talk quickly just about advanced documentary, because you had your feedback hours call last night. How did that go?
Yeah, advanced documentary is the second course we ever came out with back in 2021. Foundations was created in 2020. That's for anybody who doesn't matter if you're an awesome content creator, awesome videographer, commercial director. If you've never finished a documentary and got it onto the big screen in front of an audience, you start with foundations. You have to. It doesn't matter how good you are in your cinematography, your editing. You need to understand story and what differentiates documentary from every other genre in the film world. So that was the first course we ever came out with. Still one of our best sellers. And then we had a lot of students over the year, as they took that course back in 2020, say, I want to go deeper. Like I've gotten that film into festivals. I'm starting to get work as a documentary filmmaker, but how do I stand out? How do I make my voice unique? How do I bring my own lived experiences into my work? How do I create a specific style and a process? And so we created the advanced documentary course. And it basically is for those people who have finished a film or a couple films and they're looking to really establish themselves as documentary filmmakers. They want that to be their kind of main title, and they want to go deeper. They want to figure out the nuances of working with a character. I can show you guys inside just quickly, and then we'll pull the next one. But this is our dashboard. So advanced documentary, just to show you inside kind of some of the ideas. We work at developing your philosophy. You look at a filmmaker like Martin Scorsese, and his films are all centered around guilt and redemption and kind of that Catholic background he has of, that influence on the streets he grew up with, right? You look at Christopher Nolan, and he's always dealing with time and memory. Like, he has core themes that are unique to his films that weave themselves through all of his films. And so we work on that with you, finding your voice, adapting your filmmaking process, everything from getting in touch with your characters, how to make your character a key part of the process so that your film, doesn't hit any roadblocks. There's no, hidden secrets. You're on the same page. Storyboarding, structuring your feature film, attaining rights to a story, solo filmmaking. A lot of films that I shoot are between 1 to 4 person crews, and doesn't matter if that's self-funded or a $500,000 budget. We keep our teams lean. How to compensate your characters, whether you're working with traumatized characters, identifying different forms of conflict within your story, the director-character relationship. And these were all added in the last few months. We're constantly updating these. We break down some of our films, take you on set. We do film studies of past films that we've made, scene analysis, and no shortage. This, again, is for those people who really want to go deeper. A guide to making paper edits. When you get all that footage, before you start in the edit suite, make a paper edit. Become a director, and then you become a writer, then you become an editor. Don't just jump into editing. I'm a strong believer that you need to give yourself time to write your movie. Even if it's a documentary, you need to write it before you get into the edit, and then releasing your film. So yeah, that's the advanced course. I'm one of the main teachers in that one, so I'm biased, but it's my favorite.
Hey, Mike. Sorry, I was talking to the Instagram friends, getting them over here to join Zoom or the YouTube link. So if anyone is on Instagram,
let's do another one, Mark.
Let's give away another course. We love to give away things. Giving is joy. It's better to give than it is to receive. Amazing. So we're going to give away another Art of Documentary course of your choice. Our courses, again, we have our Documentary Foundations, which is all about shooting your first documentary or perfecting your storytelling. Advanced Documentary, about finding your voice. I could go into all of them. We'll talk with someone who wins and see what they want. So I'm going to do a quick drum roll. Someone's already writing drum roll on Instagram. And the team's going to bring me the card again. This is new. So whoever they have chosen, whatever the randomizer, I don't see who they choose. I'm not part of that process. So it's just going to come from this mysterious back room here. But as I was mentioning, until I get the card of the new name, we have our advanced documentary, like Mike was saying, which has feedback, so you can get feedback on your work. We have our perfect cut course, which is the entire process to editing a documentary. There's over 70 videos in that goes through step by step. People who said who've taken that course, they've increased their editing speed by 3 times.
Mark, let me share one thing actually, just quickly, because before you get too far down the line, we came out with something based off a lot of our students' feedback last year. When you purchase either Foundations documentary, our Foundations or Advanced course, you're also going to get access to this workbook. because we don't want you just to watch the videos. We want to give you a roadmap and a way to apply them. So this is a 45-page workbook where you actually go through the videos and then are given assignments. You're given
Yeah.
space to write down your ideas. So
Wait,
you
show,
watch
show
the
us like one of
video.
them, like the research one there. That's a really important one. Like, so you watch the research video, and then we push you to go write down a couple different stories, and that's something that you can bring to the Facebook group, or if you're in the advanced course, you can talk with Mike about those.
Yeah, this is an amazing asset that you guys, in my mind, all of you, depending on where you are in your career, can strive to have a short doc out into the world in the next 3 to 4 months. And we want this book is kind of your companion piece to make sure you're doing it the right way, just not
Yeah,
missing any steps and don't get derailed. So
amazing.
do we have the next? Oh,
Here we
I see a
go.
card coming
There we
in.
go. Right on time. I was about to start wondering if they were leveling up. Oh, we're leveling. Oh, wow. They're now branded. Look at this. One course for AOD.
That's cool.
Okay, I'm gonna mispronounce this for sure, the last name. But I'm gonna. It's Zoe or Zoe. Carlson. Brandon, yeah, there's Zoe. Awesome. Well, ask to mute. That's awesome. Hey, Zoe. It's Zoe or Zoe?
It's Zoe.
Zoe.
Zoe. Okay, amazing. I had my cinematography teacher's name was Zoe, so that's been burnt into my brain. Zoe, welcome. Where are you calling in from?
St. Louis.
Amazing. Well,
Ooh.
sorry about the Jets beating you guys. What
It's
course
okay.
or is there a course that you're keen on, or do you know them, or how can we help you? Want to give you away the course and make sure it's the right one for the problem you want solved?
I haven't published anything yet, so Foundations seems legit.
Yeah.
But I'm always looking to level up in After Effects and animation. I am so base level there.
Start with my advice, Zoe, would be start with foundations. We don't have a specific After Effects course at the moment, but I would say if editing though is something you're interested in more from a story level, the Perfect Cut would be a really interesting choice. I mean, it's a deep dive into all things editing, and there's never any. And since you're going to be getting a course, are you in AOD or no?
I've been working on it.
Okay, but
Not
you're in.
yet.
Well, you're in now, so
No, you're in now.
Sweet.
there's never any shortage of work, people looking for editors. So I always, if you have a knack for editing or an interest, the Perfect Cut is phenomenal. It's going to not just speed up your editing time 3-4x, but it's just going to make you a much better director and understanding the mechanics of a good story. So my advice for you would be either the Perfect Cut or Foundations.
Sweet. I've been working as a professional editor for the past 4 years, so anything to up my game, I will always take.
Oh,
I
you
greatly
may really
appreciate this,
like
by
the
the way.
perfect.
Yeah, that's
Zoe, you
awesome.
may really like the Perfect Cut then. So why don't you
Sweet.
can message our team after. You can take a look at the course syllabuses and the trailers, and we're happy to answer any further questions for you to make sure that. And for anyone on here, always we'll put our email in the chat. You can always email us if you're not sure. We're here to dialogue with you. And also after this call, Mike's going to be on to take anyone through courses if you have any questions. But that's fantastic. Congratulations, Zoe.
Sweet. Thank you guys so much.
Amazing.
And just to let you guys know, Zoe and anybody who has purchased a course this launch is going to be getting access to our career building workshop next Friday. This is a workshop we've run before. A lot of people have goals in the future, but they don't set short-term goals in the next 3 to 6 months where they want to be. And they also don't organize the hours in their day so that they're aligned with those goals. So that's a workshop that will be available to anyone who's purchased a course this launch. It'll be next Friday, 12 to 2. It will be recorded. And I really encourage you all to sit in on that because so many of us, the hours in our day, there's a lot of misalignment in terms of, you got to balance your financial obligations and projects with your passion projects. You all, I hope, are doing both, or you're going to either get broke or you're going to get jaded and resentful. In order not to have either, you need to be making things that you believe in and making things that make money. And so that workshop is going to, we've been doing, I think now for 3 years, and it's very practical. Like you're going to walk away with what your perfect day will look like, where your magic hour is in that day, where you need to make sure that your core goal is being accomplished within that 1 or 2 hour period each day. So Zoe's invited to that. Anyone who's purchased a course this launch is invited to that.
I love the career building workshop. I just sit alongside it with you guys. Mike teaches it. And it's been something even this week. I was just thinking about that. I'm like, I need to get back to my magic hour. You know, like
honestly, Mark, it's something everyone should be doing every 4 to 6 months at minimum. Like it's just, we all have family obligations, personal life, things get busy, we get a little derailed, and it's just an opportunity for us to get focused again and just in community kind of put out our goals in public. I'm going to ask some of you to share them or put them in the chat. And it might be a little fearful, but it's good to see like, no, this is what I want to do the next 6 months. I want to be at 8K a month. And I want to get this doc finally edited and submitted to these festivals. It's like, these are the 2 things I want to accomplish. Let's put it down and figure out how the hours in our day can help us to achieve those goals.
Amazing. Amazing. All right. Do we want to do another giveaway here, Mike? Do we want to give away?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do one more course.
We'll let our team know we're going to give away one more course. That's been really cool. Oh, are we ready already?
I'm ready.
Oh, wow. You're ready this time. We're not making me wait. Here's Kim. Kim, lean in, say hi. This is Kim from our team. If you're sending any emails asking about anything to Art of Documentary, Kim is the one to answer it with you. She's amazing. I think she's more popular with the AOD community than Mike and I are. She's been with us since day one. We're going to be having our 5-year anniversary this year, so there will be more to that. Maybe we want to do a film festival somewhere in the US, have a big party, get to meet all of you. We love doing that. Which, speaking of that, if you're in Art of Documentary, we have something called our Meetup Fund. And this is where if you and 3 or more AOD people get together, we PayPal you. We send you $25 per person to pay for your drinks. We believe in the importance of being together, of doing this journey in community. That's what AOD is a part of. Mike was talking, you'll talk about it later, Mike, about it, how it's your third space. We believe that it's not just about being on set, it's not just about being in your office and at home, but it's actually being in community. We really believe in the power of being around others. It's how me and Mike got our career started, getting the chance to work with each other. So we put our money where our mouth is, where your mouths are, so you can have a drink or maybe get some sweet potato fries, whatever it is. But we love seeing the AOD members meet up, and we've seen so many people get work through that. So if you're in AOD, make sure to reach out to us about that meetup fund, and we can answer some more of your questions.
Yeah, this was something that was brought to the advanced course last night. Someone was doing a doc on third places or third spaces, I should say. And if you don't know what that is, it was a new concept to me, but a place where, there can be community support, health benefits. It's, you have your family, you have your work, and then you have your third place or third space. And someone said, AOD is my third space. And I thought that was cool. So let's welcome someone else into our third space.
Amazing. So drum roll. This is for another AOD course of your choosing. This is going to Ed McKay. Ed McKay, are you on this call?
Eddie M.
Eddie. There he is.
What's up, Ed?
Hey, we'll ask him on mute. Hey, man, how's it going?
Nice camera setup.
I never win anything, so this is cool.
You've won.
You won, man. Amazing. Love the camera. I know your camera setup beats Mike's. That's beautiful that you got there.
Ed, what's your goal these days? Like, if you had to pinpoint, we'll help you pick a course quickly here. Like, if you're trying to see where you're weaker or where you want to double down on something, what would you say would help you the most over the next 3 to 6 months?
I'm really torn between going with like the documentary foundations and the perfect cut. I work with, like, my primary is fitness over 40 gyms, and go in and have to combination of create the content for them, but steer them a little more towards storytelling. So there's a lot of interviewing.
Right.
But then, I'm really torn because on the editing side, I'm much slower than other people on my team. So I would benefit from both. I'm not really sure.
I'd say this about the perfect cut is it is going to improve your storytelling as well. Yeah. Like a lot of what Lewis talks about in the course, we're giving him basically, the course is about 70 to 80 videos, I think 80 videos. And we give him a hard drive with a bunch of footage on it. It's footage we shot of top Kenyan runner, and it's about a story of him. And he takes that footage and literally goes from ingesting the footage all the way to exporting, and I think there's so much information Lewis provides on story in that. And in my mind, editing is something you can never be too good at, everyone. I don't think AI is, I think it's a very long time before it gets to doc editing. Like, it's so nuanced. There's so much style and pacing, breathing. And not only is the course going to help you speed up your editing by making you more organized, more efficient, understanding like how to make a spine. That's a big thing in the course. Let me just show it to you really quick, Mark, if that's okay. I just wanted to see inside it.
Yeah.
This is the perfect cut. Got all these windows open here. Sorry.
Everyone's asking online just while you're doing that, Mike, have we given away the Fx30 yet? No, it's sitting beside me. This will be given away at the end of the call very, very soon. We're just going through our other giveaways right now. So yeah, we're giving away the Cine C lenses and the Fx30.
So this is the perfect cut, Ed. He goes, the fundamentals of editing, obviously going through all of this kind of base. Oops, sorry. Sorry, I have so many Zoom things, like so many people joining. It's like a mess on here. There we go. Workflow, but then going from all the organization basics all the way through building the spine. A lot of people start their edits with music and B-roll. That is not the way you become faster. You need to start with the story. You need to build a spine, and then you can start layering on. It's like build the cake and then put the icing on top. So this section is invaluable for everybody wanting to do any type of story editing, whether it's long documentary or short branded content. This is going to help tremendously. Everything from B-roll, how to use and manipulate music, building out scenes, scene structure, verite scene breakdown, editing interview-based scenes, building his rough cut, getting notes on that, and then building a fine cut, building the final cut, just that process to go through it. And audio basics, all that stuff, sound,
and
color.
we have a whole DaVinci Resolve section there too, if you're looking to make the transition from DaVinci Resolve from Final Cut Pro. What am I talking about? From Adobe Premiere.
There's the pitch for perfect cut for you, Ed.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah. So the DaVinci part helps too, because I have it and I just keep staring at it and I hate the word notes. So
Me too. Well, yeah, we break that down. So you'll want to check that. And if you want to do more color correcting, there is a video in there, but then we also have a ton of tutorials for color correction in both Cinematic Eye and CinePath Pro for DaVinci Resolve. But for editing and making that transition, we have a whole section there. Amazing.
Sold. Thank you, guys.
Man. We'll get you in. It'll be awesome having you in the community.
All right. Thank you.
Amazing.
Did we get that other person, the TV one, who won? We didn't hear from her.
She's DM'd me, Lady Smith TV. If she's here, we could quickly chat with her. She's been in the chat. I hope she knows she won a course, but she's MIA.
All right.
But she might not be available, but we can chat with her after as well. But guys, coming up in the next few minutes, we're going to be giving away not only the Fx30 and the Cine C lenses here to someone right now. We'll also be giving away our all access bundle, which is all 6 AOD courses. This is worth what, $2,500, Mike?
$2,500 right now. If you guys aren't familiar with what's going on with AOD, we open our doors a couple times a year. They're opening now and then will be closed until September. And so they're all of our courses are $130 off. But when you bundle them all together, we give you further incentive to take more courses. The average student in AOD has, I think, 2.8 or 3 courses. Just working different sides of your brain. You need to have a documentary foundation. You need to have a business foundation, and then some technical expertise. So for instance, if you're just starting, I would recommend with documentary foundations. And then if you want to make money, build your business to 5, 15, 20,000 a month, then you want to get into create and earn as well. And you'll see on the top how you start saving money. And then if you want to specialize in editing, for instance, you take the perfect cut. And just so you guys know, we are giving away the exact LUTs that Mark and I use to anyone who buys a course today. So you can see it down in the bottom there. That's a free bonus for anyone who buys. And I will just add them all so you can see the full price of the bundle. Currently, it is on sale, $1,630 off, so $2,494. And you can break that up no matter where you are in the world from 1, 2, 4, or 6 months. Yeah. So we do offer payment plans globally. And yeah, that helps, make it as affordable as possible. So if you guys can only get into one course, it's very foundations on a 6-month payment plan is like $77. So amazing. We tried to make it as affordable as possible for people to join.
You see, when you join that all access bundle, it's like getting 2 courses for free. The full price. So it's your best deal. And AOD's lifetime access. We believe filmmaking is a lifetime journey. We're not here to put you on some subscription model. We believe in this product. There's over 400 videos between the 6 courses. We solve all the problems that are part of your career, whether it's making more money, being more creative, finding more jobs, or just being part of community. So this is something that we believed in, and we've been seeing it for 5 years now and seeing incredible just life change, success, and amazing connections inside of the art of documentary. It's by far the most fun and enjoyable thing I've gotten to do in my career. And it's so fun to make these movies alongside you guys now.
Yeah, I'd say for me, what's been amazing is doing it now for 5 years and seeing people who started with zero background. I'm talking people who are coming in as dentists. We have people who are coming in from a background in marketing, people who are retired, people who were out of high school and, they wanted to be content creators, and then seeing them fall in love with story, seeing them fall in love with the process of actually working with characters and trying to get that film finished and seen in front of a live audience. And this is a great shot. I got to share my screen of this because, we've been doing this so long now that we're starting to see real results from our students. And this was just, let me just find it quickly here. Last month, I was in Colorado filming screening one of my films at the largest branded doc festival in the world, 5 Points. And we had 4 other AOD filmmakers premiering their films. And that to me was I don't know what it means when you've made it, but I'm we're moving in the right direction, that our students now, it's not just Mark and I, this isn't the Mark Bone Academy. This is the art of documentary. This is for people who want to find their own way. And it was just so awesome having our students play on the big screen in front of 400 or 500 people. And a lot of these were docs that our students shot in as little as one day.
Yeah, some of them were the one-day doc competition that we do.
The winner of the one-day doc contest, Marco, had his film Mia there, and that was just about an 8-year-old girl who was a skateboarder trying to land a trick. And it played in front of an audience. There was questions and answers. People were laughing. They were moved by it. And that to me is the creme de la creme. Having views and likes and all that nonsense, sure, if it floats your boat, go for it. But being in a theater when the lights go black and your film's being seen by an audience and they're reacting to the choices you made, there's nothing better. That is the best feeling in the world. You don't feel like a complete idiot. You got to feel like you did something. And it's great to create dialogue with people. And I hope you guys join, and then we can work with you over the next few years to get you on stage.
We're about to do the all access giveaway. This is for all 6 courses to one lucky person, but someone just said in the chat, when does AOD become a studio? I'd say we are already kind of there. Mike took one of the pitches from our students. They pitch us some of the films and we bring them on as producers or other roles. And he went all the way to the Netflix headquarters and was at Netflix pitching that film. That was in conjunction with one of our students, Andreas. Myself right now, I'm on a 3-part doc series that one of our students brought the idea to. We're helping publish these films. We're getting them out there. You can go watch Long Run Home. That's the film that's edited in our editing course. You get to watch the whole film get edited in real time. That whole thing was shot with AOD students. We hired AOD students in all corners of the world. All of our films now, we make a huge effort to work solely with AOD filmmakers. And so you're seeing that we are producing films alongside you. We have our film festival, which is getting your films out there. It's getting them noticed. It's been really beautiful to see this kind of being birthed. That's where AOD Films came out of the Art of Documentary Academy. So if you haven't been following our YouTube channel, make sure to go over there. We post your films there from the AOD community, and we post the films that we've collaborated with you on. So go check that out. But let's now give away
All access.
We're not almost there for the Typod.
Few more minutes. Bear with us.
A few more minutes before we give away the FX30. We got the top handle here.
You cannot for a second tell me that the all access bundle is not a better prize than that, though. Sorry.
Yeah. No, you know what's great is unlike Sony cameras where the firmware seems to always be elusive, we're constantly updating the AOD courses. We're constantly adding more to them. So
we have students who sell lenses to buy courses after they realize that the value is in knowledge, not in gear.
Here's the thing. To buy one of these lenses, it's like the cost of 2 AOD courses. So and you get lifetime access. It's a beautiful thing. These are f1.5. AOD courses are f1.2. We're even shallower and sharper. So I have the giveaway here, Mike. Hope this person's on the call. You're going to get all 6 AOD courses. This includes our courses that have feedback where you get to chat live with us on Zoom with your projects. This is their Instagram is @JohnFilmsStuff. The name is John W. Just John who films stuff. Are you here on the call? Are you on Instagram? Congratulations. Go, John.
Are they here?
Are they here? They, when you're winning this, you've met all the criteria. You're on our email list. You follow us.
Yeah, I don't know if they're not here, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're gonna not give it to them? John W. Can you hear us?
You need to be on the start line to win the race. What do you guys think, huh? You need to be on the start line to win the race. I see a guy named John W. here.
We think he's here.
We think he's here.
Oh, okay.
We think he's here. John W. Well, we'll just give it to John W. who's on the call.
Why is everybody changing their Zoom name to John Stuff here? I'd just be doing. I'm just changing. You guys should have figured that one out a long time ago. I would have been changing my name.
John is probably stressing out. Jonathan, get on. Email him. Yeah, we'll email him. We'll have to let him know, and we can still chat with him as the call goes on.
I'm here. Someone's saying I'm here, but his name's Brian Light.
Yeah. Justice for John W. John, dude, I love that everyone's supporting him. They're like, don't not give it to him. Okay, even on Instagram.
Really? Yeah, we've got. I'll say we have an amazing community. People are just awesome in AOD. I don't know.
At John Film Stuff. Everyone go DM him on Instagram, blow him up, tell him he just won thousands and thousands of dollars worth of AOD courses, lifetime access with all 6 courses.
Finding John.
Yeah, Finding John. That's our next film. Yeah, does someone want to do a one-day doc competition about finding John W? Oh, brutal. I'm just wondering what's happening right now. Like, imagine he's like in the bathroom or something right now and he's just stressing out. Yeah, John Wick.
Yeah. Well, I will say this,
right,
guys. When I started in film, 2012, so 13 years ago, and there was no AOD. There was a site called No Film School. YouTube was barely kind of, off the ground when it came to film stuff. But there was a little organization down the road where I live in Guelph called Ed Video, and they would hold workshops. They had an iMac with iMovie on it. I had 0 gear, but I just remember going to all those workshops that they offered. I remember whatever I could figure out how to shoot, I would bring in there to try to edit. And that to me was like the most important thing in my career, was just having a place where I could practice my swing, where I could miss the ball and then hit it. So I do encourage everyone as we wait for John's stuff and then start ramping up to this big giveaway. If you are on the fence, oh, we found him.
No, we're calling Landon's calling him on.
Oh, you're calling him.
Calling him. We're going all out here for this John guy.
Yeah.
This was easier than flying to Nigeria to give the FX6 to Eric. John, man, everyone's very funny. John W took an L. Yeah, no kidding.
Well, what
I've
should we
been
do?
there,
Do you
John.
want to move on from them?
Yeah. Well, we're almost there. We're gonna give away the FX30 plus the Cinemercy M mount lenses. I own a set of the E mount lenses, and I wish I had the M mount lenses because my E mount lenses can only work if I have an E mount adapter like on my Ronin or if I'm shooting on a Sony camera. But the M mount lenses, you can go to any camera, Sony Venice, Alexa, FX30, FX9, whatever the Canon cameras are called, your big black magic cameras. I'm just maybe if you're crazy you're on a Lumix. I don't know. I'm joking. I have nothing against other cameras. I just don't use them. I kind of only use Alexas and Sony cameras. And every camera's great. People ask me what camera's good. Here's the thing. If you have a good story, then the camera in your hand is the best camera. Like you could literally go out right now, Velcro an SSD to the back of your iPhone, and you could shoot an amazing film. I truly mean that. It's so sad to me. I love that we give away gear. It's to equip people to go shoot a good story. But it always tells me when someone comes to me and the first question they ask, if I meet someone at an event or they DM me and they say, what camera should I buy? To put all that energy into just a camera body and a sensor, it's a crazy question to ask because it's like, what car should I buy? It's like, well, what are you doing? Where are you going? What are you trying to create? If you have never shot a documentary before, go shoot with your iPhone. Don't worry about the gear. Put all of your time and money and resources into finding a good story. Like truly, people are afraid of AI or they're afraid that their competition has good cameras, but what we all have is the same 24 hours in a day, and you get the chance to go meet people in your neighborhood, in your city, or online, and you can find out their story. And you can decide, is this a story that I should tell? Is this unfolding right now? And we're constantly talking and giving you the steps in AOD of how to find those stories and then what questions to ask the people and how to set up that before you ever go to set so you can tell the best story. But there are just documentary films all around you. And your best advantage of a filmmaker is, are you making films? Because you're not a filmmaker till you make films. So don't worry about the gear. I mean, if you get this is awesome. But for anyone who's not winning this today, I really want you to go think about what stories am I developing right now? And this is what we do in the AOD course. We have you work on 2 or 3 ideas throughout the week. You know, every week you're coming up with new ideas, and it doesn't matter if one of them doesn't work out. You're going to find one that does work out. So right now, if you're stressing about, can I afford this lens, or what's I just saw the new drones coming out. I'm not going to upgrade my drone. It's fine. What I am focused on right now is calling the characters in my film, finding out more about them, building that relationship and that trust so that I can go make that film. Oh, John W. He's here.
Hey, sorry, I don't know if this is connecting or not.
You are connected and fashionably late, sir.
Hey, John W. We found him, guys. John, where are you calling in from? Oh, you're at a conference? Are you at a wedding?
I'm shooting a conference right now, yeah.
He's on the job.
On
What a
set.
legend.
I don't know
Hey,
about
man,
on set, and it's cold here too outside, so I don't really have a quiet place to go.
This is perfect. We can hear you just fine. John, you have won all 6 Art of Documentary courses, the All Access Bundle. That's worth thousands of dollars. You're going to be part of the AOD community for life. You get feedback calls with Mike. You're going to be part of the new CinePath Pro course, part of the community. We wanted to let you know in person right now.
Awesome.
Dude, I love that you're out shooting right now. Conference, whatever. I love it, man. That's awesome. Welcome to AOD.
Yeah, no, it's great, man.
I
We'll have you
hope
say a
you're
few words next time
I
to
hope
see
you're
you.
stunned.
Yeah. We'll save the speech for next month's monthly industry call. We'll bring you on and you can we'll let you introduce yourself to the community.
All right, awesome, man.
Okay, buddy.
Amazing.
Good luck on the shoot. Go get the shot.
Thanks. Bye. See ya.
Just to
There
echo
you go.
what Mark was just saying in terms of camera. I mean, we own an FX9, 6, 3 at the office, and I did a project for HBO a couple years ago, and this was my setup. It was a 24-70, an FX3 and a mic, and this guy directing beside his name's Derek C. in France. He's made Blue Valentine, Place Beyond the Pines, a few pretty good films, and like I just learned so much more just not worrying about the gear, having the basics I needed, and just focusing on my scenes, focusing on my counter shots, focusing on my characters' reactions, all the things that actually really matter in a film. So don't get bogged down if you don't win this camera. Stick around after the call. We're going to be talking a little bit more about AOD. A lot of people are going to jump, but we want you to be able to go into the field with whatever gear you have and start building your business and becoming a way better filmmaker.
Yeah.
All right. So without further ado, Mark, why don't
we give away the coveted kit here? We have the all 4 Samara C lenses. You're going to be getting a 28, 35, 50, and 75 mil, and the Fx30 and the top handle delivered. Perhaps, I don't want to make promises, but I have been known to show up or pretend to be a FedEx person and deliver the camera. But I'm in the middle of a pretty big film right now, so I don't know if that's going to be happening, but we'll see. But I'm going to let my team bring us the name. Oh, they're coming right now. This is my pearls. Someone's clutching their pearls. If you're online and on Instagram, like we said, if you don't win the giveaway, stick around. We're going to be answering any of your filmmaking questions, taking you through the whole AOD course. Because by the way, in 1 hour and 10 minutes, we're shutting the doors for AOD until September. So this is the next hour is your last chance to join AOD until September. We got a lot on the go this summer. We love to do semester-based launches so that we get to know you. We can focus on the new people who joined. You get to be part of our monthly industry expert calls. This is where we bring in Netflix producers, Academy Award-winning directors, cinematographers, all sorts of people. And so we get to do that as a community. So not until the fall will you have the chance again to join AOD. So right now is your best chance. All the courses are on sale. We're having a huge up to 40% off when you bundle them. So stick around if you want to learn more about art of documentary or have any filmmaking questions, or even talk to Mike like he was showing you how he shot an HBO pilot with just the FX6, or sorry, with just like an FX3, although this is an FX30.
And there was still snarky comments that the FX3 is a good camera. Guys, I started with a Canon T2i. Midnight Traveler won the Sundance Award, shot on a Galaxy iPhone.
There you go.
You know, like do not think that the gear you are in your own head. If any of you are worried about that, it's a tool, but it's not about the tool. It's about the actual person who's using it and what their skill is. Anyway.
This is so fun. We've never done this before. Landon's been loving this. He's been losing his mind here on launch week. All right. I see the name here. And I'm hoping this time they're on the call, and I'm hoping they're excited to win this. All right, drum roll, please. This is for the Fx30 and the Typoc Samara C lenses. Drum roll. This is going to, is that an A?
Yeah.
Scott Dagg. Are you on this call? Scott Dagg. Scott D-A-G-G. There he is. Yeah.
No
Scotty's
way.
here. Way to go. Let's ask him to unmute. Let's hear it. Scott Dagg.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
This is yours, man. This is yours. You gotta flip the Instagram around. Show it. Scott, where you?
Gosh. Woo.
Buddy.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm only just really starting to get into to documentaries, like over the last couple of months. So, guys, this honestly means the world to me. Thank you so much.
You sound. Are you Irish, Scott?
Yeah.
Scott.
Wow.
Scott the Irish. I love it.
Tell us a little bit, like what's your background? What's your goal?
My goal, really, why I'm getting into it now, is that I'm trying to shine light on the kind of men's movement in Ireland at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've actually just had a budget accepted for my first documentary.
Wow. Hey, amazing.
Good timing.
You got a grant for it?
No, so actually it's been when I say self-funded, it's being funded by the person that I'm shooting it for.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that, man. That's huge.
Over to Amsterdam in 2 months' time.
Well, you might have to shoot them on these.
Yeah. Well, depending how long it takes to ship to Ireland.
We'll make it happen.
We'll have to get Mark on a boat
Thank you
tonight.
so much. I've been
Yeah.
watching your content for years now, and it's been so helpful. And yeah, this means the world to me, really.
Amazing,
Does
man.
Scott get
Amazing.
access to AOD?
Well, Scott, are you in part of any AOD courses yet?
I joined maybe like 4 years ago.
Oh,
amazing.
wow.
Oh, you're in. OG.
Well, so a friend of mine joined, so I'm not sure.
So you have your friend's password is what you're telling us.
So no, sorry, let me change my.
Well, make
Well,
sure
we'll-
make sure to get your own password now.
Yeah. We'll make sure the team because we know you're working on a doc and we want to equip you with that. So we'll let you choose a course that you want to be a part of that we can talk with you. I mean, maybe it sounds like you have the funding. So is developing the story kind of somewhere you want to start with?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
so
I've
does your friend, your really generous friend, do they have foundations?
It's foundations. Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. Well, yeah, if you're keen on that, or if you want to get into something like advanced, or even start working the editing backwards, because we always say like talk to your editor before you go to your film. So maybe the perfect cut is something also you might want to consider, because it'll really help you come up with how to shoot, what to shoot, and how to approach the edit the best way.
Yeah, the perfect cut will be awesome. Thank you guys, really.
Amazing.
Well, congrats, Scott. Listen, guys, we're not quite through yet. Let's bring out the new car.
What's that? You're saying there's another. Yeah.
And now for the house in Muskoka Woods.
Yeah. We're the Princess Margaret.
We're just getting
now.
started here.
Yeah.
Man, Oprah's got quite a job.
Amazing.
Okay, so listen, we're going to stick around for a little bit. Like Mark said, doors close in 2 hours. So go to the store. If we can put this the shop in the cart or in the chat one more time, team. Just make sure everybody has that link. Go check it out. I'm sticking around. I think Mark's going to stick around for a bit. We are going to allow you to unmute yourself, but please keep your questions very succinct. Like I'm talking 20 to 30 seconds. We don't need the whole life story. We don't have time for that, but just what is your most immediate goal? Kind of what's holding you back? What's keeping you up at night? Is it money? Is it fulfillment? Is it a technical ability? Like let us know, and we can let you know our recommendation on which courses you should take. And if you go over, I'm just going to say it now so no one feels like I'm pointing them out. If you do go too long, I'll just have to cut it off because we have a lot of people here. We want to be respectful. And if you want to just raise your hand like Nicholas, use the react button at the bottom and then do the raise hand emoji. So Nicholas, kick us off.
Yeah, thank you so much, y'all. So I guess my question is, I'm trying to make a documentary, but I think the biggest thing that's kind of stopping me is one, it kind of doesn't feel, I guess, coherent. I'm still trying to figure out the story, but also I'm trying to animate it too. So I think I need to like build those skills. And I have a cut, but it's like, I just don't know if it feels coherent enough.
The cut itself. Are you in AOD?
No, not yet. But
Okay, so I mean,
yeah.
I would recommend a couple things. One, the perfect cut in my mind would probably help you look at kind of what's the beginning, middle, and end. What's the main question your story's asking? Like it's going to help you look at your cut from a structural standpoint and say, is this any good? And part of being in AOD is you get access to our Facebook community, which is incredible. People are posting rough cuts on there all the time, so you'll be able to share it there. If you wanted direct feedback from myself, we do offer that as part of our advanced documentary course. There is a lot of editing videos in that as well. It's not as robust as the perfect cut, but then you would have access to our feedback hours where I could watch segments of the film with you and we could get feedback that way. So my advice would be either advanced documentary and or the perfect cut. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Hope to see you inside. And team, if you guys can just drop the link, because there's a lot of comments, just make sure that those are all, the links are coming through. And remember, alumni, you get 10% off. So go look in your emails or message Kim directly on here and she'll get that for you. Christopher.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks, guys, for having this. This is awesome. AOD is awesome. I just wanted to ask, when it comes to courses, I don't plan on doing typical documentary work. I do a lot of corporate work. I do a lot of short form content type stuff. What would you say is the starting point if I'm trying to bridge that gap, and deliver documentary style to corporate clients?
Still
I-
foundations. So it
Foundations.
doesn't
Yeah.
it doesn't matter like whether it's brand. Mark and I, a large
Supposed to
part of
be
our
with 3.
a large part of our career as kind of making our documentaries that are for streamers and broadcasters is still doing branded doc work, and it's all the same skill. I just finished a branded doc for a boat company. It was $100,000, $80,000 budget, and all the skills were the exact same I use for my films. There's a few more. You have a few more parameters because the brand might want some mentions. They might have a few things they want inserted. But in terms of telling a story, it's the same mechanics. So either foundations or advanced documentary, depending on where you're at. But both of those are going to help your branded content and help you start pitching to brands more story-based, long-form content. Okay. All right. Can't wait to see you inside. Miguel.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good, thanks.
Here. I'm a director, choreographer, and I really feel like I have this perfect story, which is my grandmother, who is 93, started dancing at 88, and she just won a big fellowship for dance in Germany.
Wow.
I want to do a documentary about, how she embarks this research in dance as she gets ready to live this world. And I just don't know how to gather the team or how to bring the idea to more people to make it happen.
If it's your first project, start with foundations.
Okay.
It's going to give you every step of the way, including assembling your team. You guys don't need big teams, but you do need teams.
Yeah.
You need a partner in crime, whether that's a producer, a co-writer, a cinematographer. Don't try to do this alone. Even if it's just one other person, I think 2 or 3 people, not necessarily on set, but somebody who's supporting you in the field, somebody who's helping you with the story. So we work through that with you in both of our courses. Again, it just depends on where your level of expertise is. If you're relatively new, start with foundations. And if you're further along, go to advanced. And if you can do both, do both.
Sweet.
It is the best time to bundle courses.
And one thing I would encourage you to, Miguel, is maybe, we have our one-day doc competition, which is for AOD members. It's sometimes we've seen people shoot and practice that story and they go shoot it in one day, and because it really helps them narrow down the specific parts of someone's story they want to focus on. And then you could take that film, enter it into the one-day doc competition, get feedback, and then take it if you want to go back and do more shoots and build out the story. But it might be something that you want to consider. And we have AOD people. We have a whole category in that competition that we award for the best AOD collaboration. So you can go on the Facebook, find people in your city and other collaborators that way. So the one-day doc competition, we've seen hundreds and hundreds of people make their first films with it. And this might be a really great format for you just to kind of get almost like a rep in, like a test run for the film.
Sweet. Thank you.
Great, succinct questions, everyone. Because we got a lot of people's hands raised. So let's keep it up. Mike.
Hey, how's it going? So we just had this doc just fall into our laps. We actually just shoot corporate videos and stuff like that. And we had a doc fall into our laps. The previous doc that they shot, hit Tubi and stuff like that. And so we're in the slow season. And so we thought, why not? I met this guy. He's a personal acquaintance of mine, brought it to my production company. It's me and another guy. Anyway, we are doing this kind of no money up front for 10% of the contract, 10% on the contract. What do you think about that? I know you have lots of experience in that. What's your take on that?
To do 10% up front versus a higher amount?
10% of the
budget.
The proceeds, like whatever they're making on Tubi, whatever the check is, no money up front.
I'm confused. So how do they know what their profit's going to be?
They don't. It's a gamble. It's basically a gamble. This guy is he has representation. He's the storyteller. He's the guy who's writing the script. He's the one who's doing the investigative journalism, and he doesn't have a production crew. He knew me. I brought it to my team, and we just
okay.
like,
So
hey.
his deal is he just wants 10% as opposed to being compensated. Like his compensation would be 10% of
the back end.
Our compensation would be 10% of whatever this film goes on to make.
Oh
Not
yeah,
in
do that.
perpetuity. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think if you can get your budget covered, he's only making after you've. It depends this
You have to
deal.
recoup. You get to recoup the money first.
Yeah.
Like the budget.
I think so. I mean, this is our first time doing all of this stuff. It's
Yeah.
during the
Yeah.
slow
So long
season.
as the budget's recouped first, and then that's just deals with the profit, that's fine.
That's
Yeah.
called you get first money out, as in you get repaid if you've invested money in, or there's a private investor or a broadcaster, and then he gets, you know, the over and above the film's budget. So yeah, I think that's a fair deal.
Okay, we gotta keep rolling. Evan.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, Evan. What course are you interested in?
I'm currently interested in the perfect cut. I've shot a documentary, a feature-length documentary that I have been in, I guess, production or post-production on for a while, just due to circumstances and everything. But I am wanting to get this thing off the ground this year, and it's a feature length. And so I'm looking to basically get it finished and sold. It's kind of a chef's table meets craft beer documentary.
Cool.
And I've got the trailer. I've shot it, about 90% of it, 95% of it. I've probably got like, 5% of like pickups to do for connective tissue. But I'm just trying to curious within your perspective with something like that, what's the best way to kind of, I mean, it's just me by myself here, and trying to also do that. It's a passion project, so there's not a lot of money. How to do that financially while also trying to keep the other things that are paying going.
Yeah, great. Quick. I mean, are you in AOD?
Not yet.
Yeah, I would look at our advanced course for sure. I mean, you'll get at. I have a lot to say. A lot of this needs to be resolved kind of with your time management. I know that's a little weird thing to say, but it really is. Like you have to have time set aside to finish this project. You can't do one or the other. You need to be doing both. And that doesn't mean necessarily in the same day, but throughout the month, like 1 week here, 1 week there, or however you structure your day. But it sounds to me like based on where you are, you have a good amount of experience, and the advanced doc course is going to help you a lot more with. Sorry, go ahead.
In the workshop we're doing too, Mike, would be really helpful for him.
Yeah, we're gonna have a career building workshop next week, which is exactly designed for this, to make sure that you're doing what I call money now tasks, money maintenance tasks, and money later tasks. So there's projects you do that aren't going to make you money now, but they might make you money later. That for me is like, his name is Ray. That was a passion project. It ended up getting me a lot of work. But that was something that made me money later. It didn't make me money now. And money maintenance tasks are just doing your emails, sending invoices. So we look at like how to manage those 3 buckets so that you're doing creative work, you're working in your business, and you're working on your business. You got to be doing all 3. So it sounds to me like advanced would be good for you. And then plus you get that workshop and feedback hours, and you'll be good to go.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right, man. I'll see you inside. Yeah. Seth.
Hey guys, thanks for the time.
Of
I got
course.
a more general question, and maybe the workshop next week will be good for this, but I struggle with being motivated a lot to do those, what you just call those non-money tasks, right? Like sitting here, I had a shoot on Wednesday, and I'm just like wiped creatively. So any advice on kind of getting that? I feel like when I get the ball rolling on doing the editing part of it, it's like it just goes boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
But how do you guys kind of get that ball rolling?
Yeah, that's 100% protecting your magic hour, which we'll be discussing next week. Like that's a big part of, like, you only have a couple hours in your day when you can be at the level we all need to be at as creatives. You can't be at that level 8 hours a day. I mean, it's very hard. So yeah, I'd say there's probably, Seth, some structural, changes we can make, just looking at when's your energy best, when you waking up, when's caffeine hitting you, and just being like, at that time, I need to be doing this. I can't be doing that. Like my email can't be open. So it's just, that's going to be part of the workshop next week, is just all of us doing an audit on our day and just looking at, because I'm with you too, man. It's like, I've got some very ambitious creative projects I'm working on, And if I miss that magic hour, I'm not doing them in the other hours of my day because I don't have the energy to do it then. I can write emails, I can, do some more mundane work, but like that kind of high level, real creative work has to happen in a certain time block. So yeah, create and earn. There's some good videos on time blocking. But yeah, I hope that was helpful.
Yeah, that was. Thank you. I'll keep an eye out for the link for the workshop next week, and we'll just keep chipping away at it.
Did you join AOD?
Oh yeah. I've been an AOD member probably for over a year. I went ahead and just went full send on all the courses, and then just picked up CinePath Pro earlier this week. So yeah, it's been hugely helpful. So yeah,
That's
for sure. I've
great.
got about 10 years as a producer prior to actually running the camera a bit more. So it's kind of nice to be able to meld those two worlds.
Amazing. Well, we'll
Awesome,
see you at
Seth.
the workshop then, Seth. Thanks
we'll
for
see you
being in
next
AOD.
week.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Okay, Christian.
How you guys doing?
Hey, Christian. Good, man. You?
I'm good. I'm good. Pleasure to talk to you guys. Basically, I had a question. I got an opportunity to direct budgeted projects as a director. I've been doing this for about 4 years now, but like I am the youngest guy in the room, and there's a lot of older filmmakers in there that are kind of just giving me the mean eye because of my age and that's turning off my work. I'm confident in my cinematography and confident in my group of two guys, but I just want to make sure that my story is as fleshed out as possible. And then my sound design and post is pretty fleshed out as well. So I just got a question about what I do about handling the age thing when working with them. And also, what's the best course for sound design and kind of story?
That definitely be a perfect cut is where you want to be for any of your post-production. And Lewis gets into how to choose music, how to edit to music and some sound design. So yeah, definitely encourage you there. And Mike, what would your advice be on the age aspect?
Never get emotional. Never take things personally in this industry. I know it's hard, but you have to fight any of that with just results. I got really emotional and frustrated in the first couple of years of my career working with big time filmmakers who are way ahead of me. And I'd get real sensitive that they would stomp or diminish my ideas. And it wasn't good. Like it's something I think everyone's always working on, having confidence in your ideas and being able to communicate those without emotion. I don't mean without emotion, but not being offended when somebody comments on your age or whatever. Just let your work do the talking. Let your ideas do the talking. Explain why your idea works objectively. Here, that's what I had to learn. Someone would say, we shouldn't show the race footage for this much. And I'm like, well, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, this is so significant. And I'd get all worked up and it didn't help my case. I had to like collect my thoughts and approach it more logically. And that helped a lot more.
Okay. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I already talked to you guys.
Take a step back, Christian. Like whenever I'm in those situations, it's like, go for a walk, go collect your thoughts. Don't react in the moment. Don't send an email. Don't do any of that. And just think of the response, think about how you want to respond.
Got you. Okay. Beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Good stuff, man.
Thank you.
Adam.
Hey, thanks for having me. So the only courses I don't have are Create and Earn and now CinePath. And that's because I haven't really had to worry about making money.
That's good. That's a good problem to have.
Seasonally, so I make all my money from right. Yeah. Unfortunately, I have to sacrifice 6 months out of my year to do it. So I work seasonally out west on wildfires, and I'm a firefighter and a paramedic and stuff like that.
Very cool.
Then in the winter, I live in my van and I travel around. And this winter, I spent the entire winter just going around and shooting and filming and directing projects that were personal projects. And off the money that I made last summer and trying to be frugal. And then so next month I'm going back out west and I'll do it for another 6 months, and that's when I'll be editing a lot of my stuff. But as I continue on with this kind of seasonal flow, it's hard for me to think about what I'm going to do with my career in terms of if I wanted to make money in the off season. Primarily what I've really enjoyed the most is cinematography and directing. Both of those, I mean, I've had just so much fun.
Yeah.
And that's where I'd want to go. I like editing. I don't like the process of editing. I like seeing the story come together, but it's too, it's very tedious. So I wouldn't want to edit for money. I would want to either shoot or direct. But only being available half the year, really.
That's okay.
Yeah, I don't know what to do exactly, how to proceed. And which of the
a
two
lot
courses
of
would be best for me.
Adam, it's a unique situation, and I'm not gonna. You've already purchased a lot, but CinePath Pro would be interesting for you. The reason I say that is like a lot of filmmakers go into hibernation. Like film, you're in good company. Like filmmaking's an interesting thing where you can kind of disappear for a bit, but if you've built those relationships, it's almost honestly, it's a little bit like our strategy at AOD when we close our doors. You actually create demand. It's like, when's Adam available again? You bring people into your schedule, and it's like, oh, he's off right now. But so I don't know if you like cinematography. I haven't seen your work, but if you're good at it, you feel like being known as a DP is something that you're interested in. CinePath Pro is the thing that's going to help you brand yourself. It's going to help you market yourself, communicate with those producers, those agencies, and build that relationship. And honestly, I don't think the half a year is an issue at all. I think it might help in your favor, because it's just, when you're on, and then when you're off, they're, man, I wish he was around. So yeah, I wouldn't count that out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, Adam, that's exactly why we made CinePath Pro, because we hear this more and more from people like yourself, where they want to specialize. They don't want to have to be someone on Instagram talking about their filmmaking all the time, or being what Nick talks about, going from being a shredder, which is a shooter editor, to being just specifically a cinematographer. And he gives you the actual specific tasks and steps and what to say yes to and what to say no to in order to become that. Like Nick's very interesting, similar to you. He was he was going to become an eye doctor, so he had another occupation like you did, and then he decided, no, I want to go into filmmaking. And then he took that, he realized really quickly, I don't want to edit. So he shaped his career, and now he's a full-time cinematographer. That's the only thing he gets hired for. So yeah, CinePath Pro has all those steps, and you can get feedback from him on all that as well.
I appreciate it. Well, hopefully you'll see my first doc soon. On the one-day doc, it'll be my first one that I finished. So
sick. We love it, man.
I'm very
Can't
close
wait to
to
check
getting
it
done
out.
at the end, so thank you.
Good luck, Adam. Thank you. And are you in a van?
I am in advance. I am. I was on the call last night. I was hoping it was.
No, he was saying in a van, not advanced.
Are you in a van right now?
Oh, in a van. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm in my van that I live in right now.
You're in advanced in a van. I love it.
Yeah. All right.
I've seen a few AOD filmmakers take this. I saw Bryce, AOD alumni, just got himself into van life as well. Very cool.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. I popped down. I went to the Clear Sky screening in Atlanta, and it was great
cool
to see you guys down there. And
I
didn't get a chance to talk to you, Mark, but
right on, man.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah. So it's nice being in the band to pop around to that kind of stuff. But thank you so much for everything, Keller. That was great. Take care.
Okay, let's go to Siddharth.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, so I just got in like 3 minutes ago. I was looking at CinePath Pro, Perfect Cut, and a lot of other things. So I decided to go ahead with Perfect Cut. 3 minutes ago, I just signed up for the course.
Welcome.
I accidentally joined the Instagram call today, and I saw, AOD is closing today, so I quickly jumped on the Zoom call, and then went here. So I really want to improve my editing skills. At the same time, I feel I do have a camera. I also shoot. I feel I do not have perfect skills at the moment. When I'm going to the shoot, I struggle with lighting a lot. I struggle with time management a lot. So recently, I did a shoot with a client, and it was 5 hour shoot. We had to shoot 7 branding series videos, and I couldn't complete on time, but we had to rush and still did something. But again, yeah, I feel so. My question is, will this editing course help me in my production planning when I'm going for shoots? Will it help there or not? The editing one, the Perfect Cut.
Yeah, Perfect Cut is about post-production. So you could look at what is working in post-production and reverse engineer it. But if you're specifically, Siddharth, looking for how to plan a shoot, or how to improve your shooting, you would either want to look at our foundations course or our cinematic eye course. Cinematic eye is going to help you shoot better, and I talk about shot listing in that as well. And our documentary foundations course is about the foundations of storytelling, which can really help you decide how to approach a shoot. So if you get in, if you're an AOD member, and when we shut the doors, if you're like, oh, I'd like to add a course, we can always do that for you. It's not at the sale price, but there can be some opportunity where if you feel like you want to add more to your skill set, you can always reach out to us.
Sure, sounds good. Sounds good. And also just wanted to ask, so this editing course, I am looking to enhance my skills and get clients in terms of, editing and in post-production work. I feel I'm really good at when I'm on my desk. I sometimes feel that I'm not good on sets, but I feel very confident when I'm on my desk working, editing. It feels like I belong here. So this course will help me in getting more business. Does this involves talking about your ideas to your clients, or how to get more business in terms of post production, or is it just editing specific?
Yeah, no. The perfect cut is specifically about building your documentary and going through that editing process. If you're looking to grow the business and learning how to talk with your clients, that's definitely our Create and Earn course. That is our business course, and we actually give you the questions to ask your client and give you kind of the system and the approach that you want to be using when you're engaging with your clients to know how to be most successful, how to solve their problems, and how to make the best video for them.
Understood. So I need to bundle up here.
Yeah. And if you guys have purchased a course in the last few days and are hearing this and be like, I think I need to add Perfect Cut or Create and Earn, or I want to be a DP, take CinePath Pro, reach out to Kim and she'll still honor that discount, the bundle discount. So if you get 2 courses, you get $100 additional off of the already sale. If you do 3 courses, $200 off, and so on. So if you've already bought a course or 2 and you want to upgrade, reach out to her. She's always great at getting deals in for you, but just do it quick because the doors are closing in an hour 40. So don't wait. Like, we're getting going this summer, with or without you. And like I said, on our payment plans, we make this pretty affordable. And we would love to have you guys with us this summer as we approach our 5-year anniversary. And I just don't want to see anyone regret this tomorrow morning, knowing that, you know what, I could have made this work and been with these guys throughout the summer and get going for the fall. Philip.
Thank you.
Thanks, Siddharth.
Hold on. Hello.
Hi.
Well, I had a question because I was thinking of getting the course because I joined for the giveaway, but right now I'm a student in film, and I want to be a director of photography, and I've made 2 short films, and I'm working on a documentary right now for my city, a program in my city, and I was wondering which one would you guys suggest for me to take?
CinePath Pro.
Yeah,
if you're cinematographer, if you can bundle, I know you're a student, so if it's tough financially, like Cinematic Eye and CinePath Pro is like our bundle for those who really want to specialize in cinematography. If your cinematography, Philip's already at a good level, go to CinePath Pro, where you're going to get to work with a well-established in-demand DP who's going to show you how to brand yourself, how to market, how to just build that Rolodex so you have names and people are calling you and you're in play. So yeah, CinePath Pro. I think there's still, I don't know if there's seats available, but go check it out. That's our latest course. And for everyone wanting to be DPs.
We were like 90% sold out. We've made sure to only have limited seating in CinePath Pro so that we can make sure everyone gets feedback from Nik Pilecki, who teaches the course. So CinePath Pro is great. And then Cinematic Eye has well over 70 videos all about cinematography and including some stuff about color correction.
Perfect.
5 seats
Thank
left.
you.
Amazing. Thanks, Philip. Appreciate you being on the call. Okay. Who is next? You're great at this, Mike. Is it Emerson?
Emerson, yeah.
Emerson.
Yo, what up, guys? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sweet. So I just got Create and Earn.
Awesome.
So I'm in production of 2 different documentaries right now in the Western industry. So ranches, artists, painters, and then more on the kind of like the athlete side and the horses and everything. And I wanted to, that was a good option for me to take these documentaries I'm shooting now and then pitch them later on to other people that, hey, like this is what we did. We did an 8-piece episodic thing, and then I did other stuff. So
Yeah, Create and Earn will be great for that because you can kind of glean. I do a whole series of lessons about my film Trails of Dust, which was the dirt bike one, and talk about how to pitch that to clients and how to position that. So you're kind of, what's interesting is you're shooting the film before you're taking it to them. So it'll be, always know this, Emerson, always be thinking about what problem am I solving for these clients. The mistake we see people making is they create a project and then they just try to push it on various brands. And that just never helpful because you're bringing something that they never thought of. You need to come to them and get their thought, being like, what's the problem you need solving? What are you trying to do in your work, and see how you can incorporate it that way. Yeah. So yeah, you're in the right place for with Create and Earn. And it already sounds like you're cooking on those films. And one thing I'd really encourage you to, man, is Mike's shot on a ranch, because we saw one of our students, Mason. He shot some amazing stuff on some ranches, maybe actually in Wyoming or maybe North Dakota. Montana, sorry, one of those places. And Mike reached out to him, used him to shoot some amazing footage out on a ranch. And so, yeah, he might be someone that you want to tap into as well, because he has connections in that. There's always great collaboration that way. He's an amazing cinematographer, really generous guy. So we can help make that connection for you as well.
I think, did I see it? Did it have to do with bison or buffalo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw his work on LinkedIn. Yeah. I think we're connected through LinkedIn.
He's a great guy. He's based in LA, but really nice. If you approach him, I'm sure he'll connect with you.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll reach back out to him. And then where do we get the AOD hats? Do you guys sell those?
We still send an email to info at.
Don't we sell? Isn't there a link for them or no?
Kim, are we still selling them? She's silent.
Can you repeat?
The hats.
Okay, yeah, I'll put it in the chat. I'll put it in the
Sick.
chat. Only if you're in North America.
North Americans only.
Arizona works.
You're good, buddy.
Amazing. Awesome.
Cool.
Pleasure to meet you, Emerson.
Yep.
Jeffrey.
All right.
Jeffrey Woodson.
Yes.
Yeah. What's up, Jeffrey Woodson?
Hey, so thanks for having me. Anyway, I've been a huge fan of you, Mark. I haven't financially been able to afford a course yet, but I have been religiously watching your YouTube channel for years now. I have like over 15 years of video production experience, and taking a big step out in actually producing my first feature film this year that I wrote. Thank you. And so my question is, so as a part of the project, which the film is based on my own story, but set in like the world of an action thriller. I'm actually in the process of receiving a cure for sickle cell disease, which I've had my entire life. I'm like 40 years old now, and this is the first time this has ever been an option for me. And so with the film, I'm like aiming to actually really just show awareness about the disease and all that type of stuff. So a part of it, what I'm doing is actually documenting my own story as I'm going through the whole treatment process, because it'll be like the next 5 to 6 months I'm doing this. And so I have my own YouTube channel that I've kind of been putting little videos up, but I'm actually, as a part of packaging the feature, doing a documentary of my own story, with everything that I've filmed for the channel and all that stuff. So my question is, do you have any kind of tips or ideas or for shooting your own story? I know, because sometimes it's easy to shoot everybody else's, tell everybody else's story, but when it comes to even just practically capturing like certain things, even if it's like difficult stuff, like I'm going through treatment and little things here and there with my phone, and actually just picked up the Fuji XM5 because it's small and I can keep it with me. So
So two things for you, Jeffrey. One, get into foundations. If you're going to be doing any doc work, that's like a 80+ video course that's going to help you with the storytelling on that. Secondly, shooting your own story is very, very challenging. It's not where I recommend people start with some of their first doc projects because it requires brutal honesty. So my best piece of advice, and this is where something like the AOD community can help you, is you need a second perspective on that project, whether that's bringing on someone as a producer or better yet, bringing on someone as an editor, because not only do you have a bias shooting yourself, but you'll have a bias editing yourself, and that's really challenging. So yeah, filming yourself is one of the more, it seems convenient and easy for doc filmmakers, and I think a lot of people start there because they're like, well, I have myself and I know my story, but it requires, it's why it's always, you know, interesting to have someone look at your own life in that way. So my best advice is to work alongside someone, so you have someone to dialogue with, and that make sure that person's someone who's not a yes man or yes woman who's going to give you the real advice on that. So you still, when it comes to telling your own story or someone else's story or doing a topic-based documentary, it still comes down to one word, and that's always desire. What does the main character desire? So you have to step outside yourself and look at yourself as a character and be honest. What do I desire? What are the hurdles in my way? And what is the goal I'm trying to get to? And so if you can put that into the film, you're still a character in the film at the end of the day. It doesn't matter that you're filming yourself. You have to kind of be outer body and look at yourself as a character and make sure that you're being very honest, because the last thing you want is something either that's too open and vulnerable where it's just like a diary, or something that doesn't have any stakes, or the other thing is showing yourself in too much of a good light. So I highly recommend bringing someone on board, and I think this is where you want the traditional storytelling mechanics of a doc, and that's where Documentary Foundations would definitely help you in that.
great. Awesome.
Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Of course, brother. Great to see you, and congrats on all the things you have going. That's amazing.
Thanks. Working on funding now, but everything's looking good. I've shot a lot of documentaries in the past. Actually, one of them was part of, I guess years ago, there was like a kid who fell under the ice here in Missouri, and he was like brought back to life. They made it into a movie feature.
Cool.
And I got to do a documentary on the ER doctor and his whole story behind that, which was just incredible. So yeah.
Amazing,
Thanks,
man.
Ben.
Well, hopefully we get to see some cuts coming up. Congratulations on that, man.
I'll make sure to share them. Thank you.
All right, let's go make it filming media.
How's it? I know I'm going under Burno Smith, but this is just my webcam for Make It Filmy because it's all I got.
That's
webcam
someone else. We can mute Burno.
No, it's me.
Oh, sorry.
That was him.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, it's so quiet there.
Yeah, sorry. It's my
There you go.
gain probably. Is that better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good, thanks. Yeah, sorry. Make It Filmy is my personal account, and I'm using it as a webcam because all my gear for my shoot was like
all
packed
good
away, so I didn't have time.
What's the question there, Bruno? How can we help?
So the question is, I'm part of the what's it called, the Documentary Foundations and the Create and Earn, but at this stage, I'm struggling to find the right topics. No, sorry, the right characters for some of the films I'm trying to tackle. The question is, at this stage, is how do you find the right person for producing? Because that's the thing I've been trying to tackle is like, it's been tough. Also, I have been reaching out to producers and things, but they haven't been proactive in helping me out yet, especially since I'm not from the US, I'm from South Africa. So at this stage, I am really struggling to find the right producer for some of the projects, especially for the skating foundation thing and for a bunch of other things. So I have stories I want to tell, but I don't have the right people to help me at this stage. What's your advice on connecting and networking? Because I've been going through AOD, I think some of the videos like 5 times this past 2 weeks, and I still haven't had any luck.
I think, go Mike.
Well, what courses are you in again?
Foundations and Create and Earn.
So there are some new videos. Take a look in Create and Earn on networking. I mean, or maybe I put a deep dive on producing for producers specifically into advanced, but a couple tips are, one, you need to have a good project. I don't know what the state of your project is, but producers want to work on they want good projects. So if you've got a good trailer, that to me is always the first step, is like, how's your trailer? Like, bringing just a concept to a producer, if they don't know who you are, is very tough. If they know who you are, there's a bit of relationship, that's different. But if you're trying to do cold introductions with producers and you don't have just a banging trailer or an awesome treatment, that's going to be tough. They're busy and they might just, I don't know, that might be different. But my point being, make sure that your pitch is solid. Before looking for the right producer, you got to have the right pitch. And then once the pitch is good, once you have the character, the story, everything's dialed in, then it's about, it is a bit of a hunt, but scouring the credits of films, trying to go into the, whether it's IMDb, looking at films that have been made that are similar to what you're making, find producers who are in that field, and being persistent. Like, I mean, send an email every couple weeks or every month.
Sure.
But again, for me, my experience is you need to have something to talk about. It's like, there was a producer in New York, I was trying to get in touch with for a while, could never hear from him. All of a sudden, I have a show, something I'm working on, he's involved in, and now I can get in touch with him whenever I want, because, he likes the idea. He's honestly, he loves me, like he believes in me, but he knows there's a potential project there for them to make. Is that okay? Is that helpful?
Yeah, that's good. The other thing I wanted to just pretty briefly talk about, I would just ask, is regarding the process of how to ask this now. Sorry, my mind is racing at 10,000 Ks an hour, so I'm not sure what to ask first. But
just one more thing.
Yes. Oh, I thought you were commenting. Sorry. No. So at this stage, I am working with someone from my local film industry to figure out a procedure for a certain film. The question is, at this stage, since I need to make a trailer, what would you recommend? Would you recommend me shooting a test run first and then see what the problem is for that person, like the hurdles and those things? Or I'm not sure how to approach this.
Yeah, I mean, we go through this in foundations. Like I would look at the trailers and just, I'm just looking at the exact video name of the lesson.
Sure.
I think it's before you get to the trailer, sometimes is helping you find the style, perhaps. It does help clarify the story, but you should have a good direction going in. And then it will reveal some nuances. But what you don't want to go in is not having any idea of your character's desires, what's at stake for them, what happens if they don't reach their goal. You need to have those kind of things fleshed out with them on some pre-production calls. And we talk about kind of some of those questions to ask ahead of time.
Think of your trailer as a separate production than your film, right? Your trailer should be treated as its own entity. So as Mark said, it's like you want to spend time on calls, you want to spend time scouting, so that the trailer isn't you just kind of out exploring with the camera. It's like you can do that with your naked eye or with your phone. Like you could bring your camera, sure, to shoot a little bit. But when you go and shoot the trailer, guys, to pitch, and we're talking about a development trailer here, right? Like this isn't the finished trailer. This is like a sizzle or a teaser to try to get funding or something, I assume. Yeah.
Yes.
When you're trying to shoot that type of trailer, you should be intentional about what you're making. Like, you need specific lines from the character that set up the stakes. Like it might not be the exact style of your film, but it's more that you show this is the character, this is the world, here's the clear idea on what this film's about, right? That's what a good trailer should do. So just treat it as like, I got to get those pieces in place.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Berno, appreciate it.
Elliot.
Hey, guys.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Fine, and you?
Very good. Thanks.
Yeah, guys, I have a question.
Yeah.
It's just what can I do if in the country where I live, filmmaking and documentary filmmaking aren't that profitable? Because people are willing to pay what they should, and it's generally seen as a hobby. Sorry for my English.
Yeah. What country are you in?
From Chile.
From Chile. Yeah. Listen, this is a question we get asked a lot. We have students all over the world. the thing I would say is documentaries are not always going to be the most profitable. It isn't easy to make a living as a documentary filmmaker. And that's, coming from someone who's, made whatever. If you have a project and you can make some money off it and you're happy, that's great. But guess what happens next year? You have to get a new idea. You have to get a new source of revenue for that project. You have to start at the bottom again. So relying on your documentaries to make your living is not a good idea. To me, that's bonus money. That's supplementary income. Even in Chile, I'm sure there's industries though where you can apply your documentary skills to get commercial work. It's trying to identify what industries you can look at, Elliot. And that's why if you're not in Create and Earn, that would be a good course for you to try to figure out how do you apply your documentary skills into the commercial world so you can make money with your commercial and corporate work, buy back your time and start developing your projects. And even in Chile, I mean, there's going to be different ways you could fund a project there. But I think the most important thing is for you to get some consistent revenue, as opposed to trying to go look for that big grant or budget for your film. Try to look for that retainer that can pay you a little bit of money each month. Add another retainer, like try to add your client, build your client base so you have less pressure to raise so much money for your documentaries. I think that's going to be a better path for you. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Sounds
look
good to
for those industries. Yeah. If you can get in Create and Earn and start looking for those industries that, that do have money, that do have budgets, because no matter where you are in the world, they exist. There's people with money.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Of course.
Okay. Steven.
Cool. I'll make it quick. Thank you. I joined yesterday and it was fantastic, and I'm looking forward to becoming part of the community. I'm going to do the
Amazing.
foundations course. My question is, I told you about my script. It's going to become in animatics in about a month. It's
Cool.
What do I do after that? How do I find the players in the game? Meaning people that would like to work with me. Who's the first person I should look out for? Because I really got a great concept. I've been working on the script for about 2 years. It's a short story, and that's what I want to work on. Similar to kind of Wes Anderson's short stories that he won for Academy Award last year, in that vein in terms of short stories. Thank you.
Awesome. So sorry, real quick, you said you signed up for foundations.
No, you told me about foundations. I'm going to sign up today after Zoom.
Okay. I'm just based off what you've said. I would possibly consider advanced for you. If you've, I mean, the reason is I go into more detail in that about assembling your team, finding producers, finding finding partners on that. It sounds like and when you say script, Steven, is your script like this is a documentary idea script, or is this a fiction?
It's a fiction. It's basically a silhouette of what happened in history. It's about white supremacy, but it's a 17-minute story. It goes back in time, stuff like that.
Yeah, I would honestly. I know if you haven't made a doc, we usually say that's the precursor to doing foundations, whether you've done one or not. But I don't know, Mark, if you have other. I would actually. I didn't maybe quite understand when I recommended. I might go to advanced instead.
Yeah, I was thinking advanced as well. If you already kind of have Steven if the problem you need solved isn't story structure and defining who your character is and knowing their goals, and it's more so about assembling your team and honing your vision and voice as the director, then advanced would be that.
Yeah. And plus we'll get to work together, like through feedback hours. We can brainstorm on there as well in terms of who to bring it to, who's made work like this that might be kind of in their wheelhouse, kind of their genre or whatnot. So yeah, I might look at moving to advanced instead.
Okay, thank you. It's like a Spike Lee meets Wes Anderson.
Cool.
Thank
Excited
you.
to hear more.
Okay,
That's cool. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steven.
You're welcome.
All right, everyone. Thanks for staying here. We'll have Jacob, and then make sure you guys run to the store. We got that sale ending, or the doors closing, I should say, in about 75 minutes. So Jacob, go ahead.
Okay, there's someone else who's DM'd me a question here, David, who I'll
Actually,
get him
before
to
we
ask.
do that, then let me show them real quick. We haven't shown them inside the Facebook group. Sorry, Jacob, give me 2 seconds, buddy. But just so you guys all know, you get access to our Facebook community. This is phenomenal in here. There's a lot of work. A lot of new people are introducing themselves. So I'll just scroll down a little bit to, yeah, people are constantly posting challenges. They're asking for documentary recommendations, showing some of their BTS, looking for, yeah, there's more gear recommendations. People are professionally, I'm making them move into color grading. Would love to work with someone in this group on a doc. So yeah, there's always a lot of people looking for a second shooter in Washington. So people are posting work, posting their rough cuts, trying to get feedback on work they've done. So yeah, there's quite a bit of engagement in these groups. You can see on the post, like people are often commenting. There's a lot of new people joining. Here's Andrew, just got his first feature-length documentary hit theaters nationwide today. Well, we should
Wow.
profile that, Mark.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
Incredible.
That's great. Yeah, so take a look in here. Mark's, there's some stuff from Mr. Bone. And yeah, this is an amazing community. We've also got, what's this here? Oh, Derek Olive. My one-day doc just played on the big screen at a local festival this
so
past
sweet.
weekend. The film I made was my second one-day doc, and once I saw it on the big screen, I was really proud of how it turned out. The image, color, sound, music. I only cringed at one little thing. For the crappy setup I have, great camera, but my monitor sucks. Anyway, so yeah, people share their wins. This is an amazing group. People bring their frustrations in there too. If they're out on a bit of a slum, hey guys, I'm feeling a bit discouraged creatively. It's very honest and open and friendly. We've never had any issues of like, people bringing any negativity. We don't allow any of that. Like, we're here to work together. This is a hard craft, and we want to support one another.
It's really cool. It's a private group. There's 5,000 filmmakers in there. There's probably someone from your city. People make connections. And also one thing we've noticed a lot of people do is, like Mike said, is they're often quite honest, either with the feedback they're giving or what they're navigating. We've had a lot of people just say, hey, here's an email. They get rid of the names. Here's something my client said. I'm really trying to figure out how to respond. Has anyone been in this situation before? And there's usually 20 people who respond saying like, oh, I've been there, or answer this way. It's really quite helpful and really quite supportive. And we really appreciate it.
Jacob, sorry to keep you waiting, buddy.
Hey, you guys copy?
Copy.
Awesome.
Copy.
So I'll distill it down to the problem as best I can. So self-taught, started a small video company and then just kind of built my way up. And 3 years ago, started filming a feature-length documentary, like just figuring it out as I went. About 5 years ago, I came in, I was interviewed in a part of a feature-length documentary, and then I was actually brought in as a producer on the back end. So I got to learn like the marketing and the distribution end of it.
Cool.
And like I came in on like composite on the color grade and the composition. So like I had a taste of what happened at the end, but here's kind of my dilemma. So we are 3 years in. We have a rough story cut on the timeline. It's like 1 hour and 10 minutes right now. And like it's beautiful. It's incredibly like heartful, and the subject matter is really great. So the story cut is fine. And then I'm working with producers. This is their first documentary ever too, right? And so we are together with them. I'm like, okay, we're going in, we need color, we need money for color, we need money for composition, we need money for sound mixing, kind of mastering. And that's where I would spend my money. And then they're like, okay, well, what else are we like trying to finish? And as far as I'm concerned, like that's it. So I guess that's kind of where I'm at, and I'm drawing a little bit of a blank on like really tidying up this feature length doc and like making sure it's emotional and impactful in the best way possible. So I want to hear you guys' thoughts and what you recommend.
Are you in AOD?
No, sir.
I mean, I'm not, it's a great place to have screening rooms. You need to screen it for people. You need to get feedback now. My mentor, he's worked on a big project, and before it goes, to Miramax and Paramount right now, like they're doing 2 months of screenings. They start with friends and family, and then they work to the crew, and then they work to cold audience off the street. So you need to do feedback, and there's no better place than AOD. I mean, honestly, there's different reasons to join AOD. Some of you need the information, some of you need the community, some of you need the feedback. And,
So
and
is that
for you, Jacob, I think like we've had students post their films, and I mean, that's worth $500 to me. It's like you post the film in there and say, I'm looking for 10 filmmakers to give, completely honest feedback
Hop on a
on
Zoom
this.
call and give feedback.
Yeah, we're gonna hold the screening together, and you hand out a feedback form at the end. Have them fill out a Google form or something on what their reactions were, and just get an honest assessment on where you're at with it and what needs to be improved. That's the only way to kind of move this thing forward.
I love it. Yeah. And I'm sure this happens too, but like they probably wouldn't have an issue with signing NDAs and stuff like that, right?
No, that's fine.
If they do, then they're not the right audience. Everyone should understand that. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
No, absolutely.
So-
you should. Everyone should sign an NDA before a screening. If it's at the level of seriousness that you have.
So do you think that like, and I might agree with you that like the access to the community is probably the greater benefit versus like a better understanding of
It depends where you're at, Jacob. I mean, our courses are taught by, I've had multiple films on Netflix and worked with HBO and, Amazon, all these people. So it's like, no, the information is very good too. But I think that the community, a lot of people on this call, if you're an AOD, you can say in the chat the value of the community. I think it can't be understated or overstated. Sorry. The value of the community. So I would still get a course that is applicable to where you're at and what you're trying to achieve, whether that's, trying to be a better cinematographer, better filmmaker, business, or editing like we have. But all that to say, the current value you're going to get in the next immediate, 30 days is from the community. But the course knowledge is value you're going to get indefinitely.
Thank you guys. And congratulations on what you built. It's amazing.
Appreciate that.
It's only because of you guys. Yeah, it's
appreciate your
really,
questions.
We would have been done after 2 weeks in September. We weren't planning on going here so long, but we just keep going because everyone's working hard and bringing awesome stories to the table.
Yeah, 5 years later, the AOD community has inspired us to keep growing it, and the questions that you guys keep having and the areas that you're sorting out in your career have inspired all 6 of the courses. Amazing. So we got 2 more here, David. We're gonna get to you, but next we have Kara. We'll ask your question, or you'll ask us your question.
Kara.
Hi, guys.
Kara.
I don't know who just said it right, but congratulations. Thank
Kara.
you.
Yeah.
So I'm completely new to AOD, and the access this week has been fantastic. So thank you for that.
Great.
Hopefully my questions are layups. I have 2 general categories. As I mentioned, the access has been fantastic. I'm interested in purchasing foundations. What happens once you're a member and this week of, love goes away? I know you have the monthly meetings and I know you have the Facebook groups, but do we have, and you had also mentioned feedback hours. Could you expand on that? Do we have direct access to you guys for questions? Right. How does it work with you guys? I know the Facebook, like I said, Facebook.
Yeah, no, we're separate. I mean, I'm in the advanced group. We have our career building workshop, which is for anyone who purchases a course this launch. That's next Friday. That's very valuable. That's so there's the month, just to reiterate, there's the monthly call first Wednesday of every month, the Facebook community, the meetup fund is available, Kara. So if you find other filmmakers in your area, we give you guys $25 a person to go meet in real life. I think you have to have at least 3 people, but that's a way we want to make sure that, we're fostering community with everybody. And then we have the career building workshop next Friday. And then I'm trying to think what else. Those are the big ones.
If you're an AOD member, Kara, we do give it's an extra purchase, but you can book like an hour with Mike or myself to work through a full thing. But we try to give some time at the end of our industry calls every month to do some open Q&A with our filmmakers, and you can put questions in the Facebook group. And like we said, so the direct access to Mike or you'll get Mike if you're in the advanced course with the bi-weekly calls. And then we're live like these calls like you're experiencing right now once a month with our industry expert calls.
Okay. And then second question, could you give me a more detailed explanation between advanced and basic?
Yes.
I think I might hit both categories.
Yeah. Well, foundations is really for the individual who has, I would say, beginner to intermediate. There's still students who take it who have been shooting for some time, who find it very beneficial. Think of the analogy of someone who's been golfing their whole life, but they've got some issues with their mechanics and they need to go back to the fundamentals. So foundations is really teaching the fundamentals. What I'd say is, like, if you haven't made a doc that has had some level of success, whether that's the client has been happy or it's gotten into a film festival, then start with foundations. Whereas advanced is for students who have strong comfort level navigating characters and stories. Like they're not intimidated by doing interviews and asking questions and what to do, with the whole process. Then you should go to advanced, where we get more into the weeds of figuring out how to make you a unique filmmaker, stand apart from everyone else, and how to, start assembling kind of more complex production teams and things like that. So yeah, that's the kind of basics. It's kind of like beginner and intermediate is foundations, and then intermediate advanced is advanced. If that makes sense.
Okay. No, it does. I wonder if it makes sense also to maybe leave like a week grace period for somebody who buys one course who wants to add on courses for the discount.
Yeah, so long as you don't watch like 80%, we can view watch time for everybody. So we have students who have done that, Kara, like they've gone into one and then said, hey, do you mind if I upgrade and go to the other, or vice versa? Say advanced is too much, can I go to foundation? So yeah, so long as you've just watched like a few videos, kind of, then we're totally fine.
That's not what I meant, actually. I meant if I get basic,
if she wants to add on.
Yeah, if I get foundations and I want to add on.
Oh yeah, that's no problem.
Yeah, there's a grace period to get the discount. That's what I meant.
Yes, Kim.
Okay.
Just
Mark got it. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Kara.
Okay, David.
David.
Hey guys, I enjoyed this a lot. Coming into you from Vegas. I just purchased the foundations. I'm coming from a writing background.
Cool.
Produced a reel with Tish, at one point, and so I'm curious on. I was kind of chatting it up with Mark, so thanks for multitasking. If I want to augment like what my documentary foundations, what would you recommend? Obviously advanced. So where would you go? Like if I wanted to do a package of 3, I already bought the addition, the basic one. And I'm going to upgrade today to maybe 2 more. So what would you recommend?
What's your immediate goal, David? Like, are you looking to, is shooting of interest to you, or editing?
Actually, because, the world of like selling or producing your writing is tougher. It seems like the faster track is to be able to produce, and you guys discussed it already, like your own, like, let's say teaser, if you will, or a short. Yeah. So my goal is to do a short. And I want my short to be a piece or a part and parcel of the whole of a full-length feature.
Right.
Now I've crossed paths with like one of the guys I'm doing a workshop with. His name's Garfield Miller. He's doing like actively in the post-production on a documentary. So I've been like watching you guys now for months, and like looking at emails. So I want to do a documentary now. I'm curious about doing that, so.
But I guess just to answer the question again, so I would say foundations and advanced for sure. If you're looking to make a documentary, those are 2 hardcore documentary courses. I would take both of those. There's no reason you can't. I would ask then, would you at ever point be in the edit room, being the one cutting the film?
Well, I did that with a reel, and I found it really challenging. So I really need to like bone up on that for sure, because that was a definite.
I was thinking Mike Perfect Cut.
I think we once called that. It's funny, we once had a name. That was our doc. We had a fun kitschy name like Doc Accelerator package, and it was both of our foundation advanced doc, and perfect cut. Like those 3 courses are going to make you a really good doc director. Like that's
And they're so specific to documentary. Where Cinematic Eye will help your shooting, but it's
right.
kind of general. If you're really looking, you say you're a writer, so I can tell you're thinking about ideas and getting to a goal in a film. Those 3 are yeah, they're your doc accelerators. They're gonna supercharge your doc skills.
Sounds good. I'll add those 2 then, and then I definitely want to do a documentary. So like, and you guys kind of like just kind of lit that fire. So
Yeah, no, then you'll
well,
love
and
Perfect Cut.
David, you're gonna get feedback hours as well. So start coming to feedback hours. The next one will be in 2 weeks, and you'll get to we'll get the chat. Where you're at with the project. What your next step should be. Like we had a call last night. We had students that I've been working with for years on big longer feature length projects, but they came with just a character and idea, and we slowly figured out how can we fund this? What's your shooting team going to look like? Let's look at some rough cuts, and we just slowly kind of worked on it together. So that's part of your advanced documentary purchase is those feedback hours.
that's great. And I did pick up on your lean team as far as your like somewhere I read or heard like 3 or 4 people. That's workable.
Yeah,
So,
I mean that's my comfort level when it comes to documentary. Commercials, absolutely you can build it out, but for docs, depending on what type of doc you're doing, if you're doing like complex interviews, you might want some more people to help with the technical. But when you're doing more kind of following stories, how good the technology is now, you don't need more than 3 to 4 people max. It ends up being too crowded on set, and takes away from a little bit of the authenticity, I think, of the story. So yeah.
Right on. Thanks for being approachable, guys. It's really refreshing. Thanks.
Thanks for being here, David.
Yeah.
Our pleasure.
All right, guys, let's do one more.
One last question here to A, the beginning, Alpha.
The Alpha.
Hey guys, it's Adam. I don't know
Hey,
why.
Adam. Oh, that's the first name ever, so it's very appropriate.
So true. Thanks for the call, guys. I registered for 3 courses last year during the Black Friday sale: Create and Earn,
Nice.
Perfect Cut, and Cinematic Eye.
Yeah.
Super excited, but thankfully business has been really good. So I've only tapped into the beginnings of Create and Earn.
Yeah.
Been running my business for 4 years now, and all I can say is I immediately learned something in those first 3 lessons.
Awesome.
From Create and Earn, that was?
Yeah.
I love that.
And I was
Love
skeptical,
that.
but like obviously you guys have a lot to share. But everything else, really excited, and I want to possibly buy more. So my current business is focused on advertising from a storytelling lens.
Cool.
90% of my business is real estate, working with developers and real estate agents.
Yep.
Awesome niche.
Yeah, it's consistent, which is great. And it was about 4 years ago that I tried to do a documentary style, like try to introduce that into the industry. And it's been very successful because it's given me my own style, right? Now I do want to evolve and not be doing real estate forever. I have 2 documentaries right now that I'm currently waiting to hear back on. One is for a nuclear power plant, and another is for a Iron Man combined with a supplements company. Now I bring that up because I have a lot to learn, and I've learned a lot from your guys' YouTube channels. But I'm wondering if it's worth spending time educating myself and buying another course in order to really iron out both my process, but also how to help my clients get funding for their own projects, because I've created treatment for them, and I told them, look, I'm happy to help with providing the resources so that your sponsors know what's to be expected.
Yeah.
What courses?
We definitely have the
What courses is he in again?
Yeah, I was gonna. You said Create and Earn.
Yeah, Create and Earn, Perfect Cut, and Cinematic Eye.
Definitely get into foundations.
I'd say, why aren't you in foundations or advanced? And if you can do both, man, do it. I mean, listen, I just did a branded doc. I mentioned it. I mean, I just did a big commercial too. And both of those, I was relying heavily on my doc storytelling skills.
Yeah.
Like I always say this, you generally don't make more money from your documentaries, but you can apply your skills from your documentaries and adapt it to your commercial process. Right.
Gotcha.
And so like what you're going to learn in foundations and advanced, like you're going to, just how you set up even a commercial shoot or a real estate shoot, like you set it up with a documentary approach that can bring a different level of authenticity. I think it's going to help your work just get to that next level. So yeah, one or both of those, man, do it.
Okay. And I think you mentioned like if I feel like
yeah, you can move around
the foundations. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
thanks,
no
guys.
problem.
Really appreciate it. I
Yeah.
gotta check out that Facebook group. That sounds good.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're crushing it and only using you're not even choking up on the bat here. It's you're barely using everything we got. That's awesome, man. I love, and that's the truth, guys. Like we give a lot. I can't, like, what else can we give here? The Facebook community, bringing on Oscar winners and Netflix producers, like it's up to you to just apply it a bit. That's all this is. And that's what next week's workshop's going to help you, is just set this little bit of time aside each day for your creative work, set a different amount of time aside for your business work. And having both of those two, that's your double-edged sword right there. That's what makes you lethal, is if you're doing something creative and something business at the same time, you're not going to burn out from a creative standpoint, and you're not going to go broke. So again, buying any course today, you're going to get that doc LUT pack. The LUTs that Mark and I use for our docs and commercials. You're also going to get access to the career building workshop next week, Friday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern, pretty much the same time we are right now. And you're going to get lifetime access to the Facebook community, the monthly industry calls, and any updates we do on the courses you purchase. So that's it. That's our sell. You guys got 1 hour, 55 minutes to get in there. Let's get the link one more time. And remember, we have that payment plan for those of you who are on the fence. We've tried to make this as affordable as possible because we know people are in different situations. But go head on over, team, if someone can put the link in the chat. Shop.theart. There we go. Thanks, Kimmy. And there we go. Go through the courses, add what you want. There, the doc LUT pack, the doc LUT pack will be included. Guys, one more bonus. Feel like I'm on an infomercial or whatever they're called now, but you're also getting access to all of our past monthly industry calls.
Yeah.
So those calls with the Netflix producers, with the Oscar winners, with the festival programmers, you're getting access to all of those. It's like 24 hours of calls. Like just start putting one on, go for a walk at night and put one of those podcasts on and just listen to the teachings. This is these people aren't on YouTube.
Like the Ben Proudfoot one, he's won
2 Oscars.
And he goes into his whole interview process, and I'm sitting there learning so much. Like I'm applying stuff that he taught to my films, and so we're learning right alongside you. We get some of the best people. We had the top Netflix cinematographer, and that's now in our CinePath Pro course. That was with Stefano Ferrari. So yeah, these calls are things that you'd pay hundreds of dollars at a film festival to be in the room to hear someone teach, but you get the chance to ask them questions, be typing away on our monthly industry calls. Amazing.
Okay, everyone. Well, we look forward to working with everybody. We'll see you all next week on Friday when we have that career building workshop, everyone who purchases. And yeah, we got a lot of exciting things coming up. We've got our first monthly industry call in a couple of weeks. We're starting our one-day doc contest. And yeah, we're really excited for everybody who's joined. So thanks for being here. And